Hello, good afternoon, welcome to MK Community Brokerage. My name is Mohammed. In this video, I'm going to explain to you about the mental health first aid for faith community leaders. Mental health first aid is an 8-hour course. There's two types of courses for mental health. There's one for adults and one for youth. They're both 8-hour courses, which teaches you about the basics of mental health. For example, anxiety disorder, depression, uh, any type of disorder you could think of, schizophrenic, etc., etc. So it teaches you about basics mental health, what you need to do, and what are you supposed to do, and how can you help a person that's in need. So it's a very interesting course. The first thing you need to do is register. This mental health first aid course for adults was registered on Eventbrite, as you can see over here. That's where the event was organized. That's where you actually have to register for the tickets. All the other organizations usually put their information in Eventbrite. It's like a place where you could book tickets, kind of like thinking like that, and you could just go and take the mental health course. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. That's the best thing about it, and you get a certification at the end of the day for 2 hours, and you also get the booklet as well, which is very informational. It helps you um, study if you need to do it on your own as well when you go home, and keep refreshing in your mind. This does not make you a psychologist or a counselor. It's like a mental health for first aid. So basically you're providing first aid temporarily to help that person out, so that person does not jump to do something dramatically, anything like that. So it helps you out temporarily so that they don't do anything. So let's get started. In the end of the day, mental health, like I said, is an 8-hour course. In the end of the day, there's a quiz, as you can see, and the quiz is very simple, very easy. It's a very easy, it's a common sense quiz. I mean, if you have common sense, you know what decision to make, so you should be okay. So let's get started. Your best friend was a victim of physical assault some years ago, and has been diagnosed with an anxiety disorder. You're with her, and she breaks into a sweat, doubles over her, is in pain, and starts to hyperventilate. Do you? The answer is going to be A. Move with your friends to a quiet place, reassure her, and help her to slow her breathing. Number 2. You notice that a family friend who is challenged, sophomore, who has been functioning less well as the school year progressed. At the beginning of the semester, she has vibrant and seemed to enjoy her classes. Now she has clearly lost weight, seemed depressed, and has a hard time paying attention, express odd ideas, sometimes when you talk with her, and seem to have lost her motivation. Do you? The answer is C. Express your concern and offer to help her get an appointment at the college counseling center or other services. Number 3. Your close friends has used marijuana regularly since high school and drinks occasionally. Lately, she has seemed preoccupied with both substances as well as confused and anxious. In fact, she seemed to have undergone a significant personality change. The answer is A. Do you? Tell her that you're concerned about her and then the changes in her behavior that you notice. Ask her to talk with you about these changes. Going to the next page. Number 4. You're outside the preschool waiting to collect your child when you notice another adult behaving strangely. He's walking in circles and having a heated argument with someone who isn't there. Do you? The answer is B. Assess the situation for risk of harm to yourself or others. If needed, encourage others not to be confrontational with him. If you feel unable to approach him non-confrontationally, ask if he's okay and what help he might need. Consider notifying the school personnel. Number 5. You're concerned about a coworker who has been difficult lately. His work is suffering, and he has been missing deadlines. On a few occasions over the past month, he has called in sick when he seemed okay the afternoon before. Last night, at a happy hour, where he's usually the life of the party, he was quiet and consumed drink by himself. This morning, he calls in sick and tells you that he can't take the pressure and is considering resigning. Do you? The answer is B. Tell him that you're concerned about him and ask him if he can talk more about the pressure he's feeling. Try to make plans to meet him that day for lunch to continue the conversation in person. Number 6. You're at home watching a favorite movie when your ex calls, sounding really upset and talking about wanting to kill him or herself. Do you? The answer is B. Ask your ex if he or she has a plan or has made any prior suicide attempts, and consider if he or she has the resources to attempt suicide now. Discuss ways where he or she can stay safe, such as calling a suicide hotline, a mental health crisis team, or call 911. Number 7. A colleague seemed to have lost all pride in his appearance and enthusiasm for life. His speech is sluggish, he said all the time, and recently given away several favorite office possessions. Do you? A. Ask if there's anything he'd like to talk about and try to find out if he seems depressed or has any thoughts about ending his life. Number 8. You're at a party when one of your guests becomes violent. She has a knife and it's obvious that she's responding to voices only she can hear. Do you call 911? The answer is C. When you're waiting for the police and mental health crisis seem to arrive, turn off the music, encourage people not to confront her to get too close, make sure your exit is not blocked. Perhaps speaking calmly to her, but don't argue with her. Number 9. You don't get along with your neighbor, but her mood swing and love of partying are wearing thin. She can go without sleep for days and expect everyone else to do the same, coming up with poorly thought out projects and becoming annoyed at anyone less than enthusiastic about them. On other days, she rarely leaves her house or says hello. Do you? A. Try to catch her in one of her quieter moments and share with her that you're concerned about her moods. Encourage her to see a physician and offer to go along if she wishes. Last but not least, question 10. When you see your niece at Thanksgiving, she appears to have lost a great deal of weight. She says she's working on a project for school and takes the plate of turkey and trimming to her room. You go up to see her later and notice she has not touched her dinner. The answer is B. Encourage her in a conversation, maybe asking how school is going. Mention that you notice her weight loss or concern and tell you that you're there for her. If there's any other thing she wants to talk about. That's it for 10 questions. And there's one final activity. This is an activity that you might do that while you're taking a mental health first aid course. This is called the auditory hallucination script. It's two people are having a conversation, and the third person has a small piece of paper wrapped around like a cone and has to speak through it towards the other person's ear. This auditory hallucination is basically like an activity that shows how people have hearing in their minds, in their head, and how difficult it is for them to pay attention, because you could see this activity, we see that the person that's talking into another person's ear, that person's very can't hear properly, can't have the conversation properly, so it's very hard to do. So that's an auditory hallucination script. So it's like, what are you talking to him? Don't trust him or her. Is he looking at you? So these are like voices they keep repeating, and the person that's talking about regular conversation, how to get to work, that person's like, what was I talking about? And the person can't pay attention. So it's a good auditory hallucination activity that actually helps out a person to understand those people that do hear voices in their head, and how difficult it is for them to also do what they have to do. So it's a good course. And so in general itself, this is the mental health first aid course. I hope I went over some of the questions. I just wanted to go over the question and answers to give a person a better understanding when they do go there. They don't get freaked out, because a lot of people didn't realize there was a quiz. So I just wanted to give you the taste of the quiz. This is the question they might ask or might not ask, depending on where you're taking the mental health first aid course. It's a good course to take. If you this course will not let you down, especially if you're planning to become a mental health first aid responder. It helps you learn more about how to deal with situations which you never learned how to deal with before, and it's not that bad. It's a good course. I think I did cover most major parts of this. If I missed anything, I apologize in advance. If you guys have any other questions, comment, concern, please comment, like, subscribe. I'll try my best to help you out as much as I can. Thank you again, guys, for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.